All right. Writing on my letter to for the Targeted Justice campaign that we're sending all of our mail to Cash Patel simultaneously to make sure that we're booked and that our mail is being received since we have so much sabotage being done. All right, so I'm going to be reading my personalized letter um, and send it in along with a little bit of other information. So I'm going to read it off as it is. So it says, Dear Mr. Patel, consistent with President Trump's Executive Order 14147, directing the executive branch to eliminate government weaponization, this is a request that you order the immediate removal of my name from any of two categories of December 2024 referred to as handling codes 3 and 4 of the terrorist screening database. I am an American citizen that does not meet the reasonable suspicion terrorist criteria to be included in any category of the TSDB database or any criminal list of that matter. I am one of the non-investigative subjects in those two categories that comprise 97% of the list despite their lack of ties to terrorism, all of whom are victims of government weaponization and subterfuge. Under the guise of Section 702 of FISA 50 U.S.C. 1881A, the devoid and probable cause required under the Fourth Amendment, rogue woke FBI agents greedy for bonuses have falsified information to the FISA court in order to obtain and renew warrants directed at illegally spying on the undersigned. So I am one of 278,000 victims against whom the deep state FBI agents obtained bogus FISA warrants during 2009 and the beginning of 2021 and continue to do so today. Since 2021, the FISA court exposed that the FBI has been seriously and systematically abusing its warrantless electronic surveillance authority, Christopher Wray, Charles Cable, FBI and terror screening database centers, respectively, abused the law, and doing so, they obliterated the privacy and lives of many. During the involvement and exposure to Steele dossier, you personally corroborated that the FBI applications filed to fraudulently obtain a FISA warrant to spy on non-investigative subjects relied on unsupported, inaccurate, and omitted information. What have you done to scrutinize or throw out these bogus warrants? During your involvement, despite the horrific abuses to my civil rights perpetrated by the results of the FBI's past criminal conduct, COINTELPRO, we have not seen that you have done anything yet to stop the privacy and civil rights abuses of the hundreds of thousands of law-abiding citizens, Americans, continue to endure every day as a result of their improper inclusion on the TSDB, including but not limited to redirecting, intercepting, and surveillance of all phone communications, use of stingray devices to hijack calls, listen in, and record without warrant or probable cause of the commission of the crime, intercepted and undelivered emails, slander and defamation attempted by the FBI and other intelligence agencies through publication of name on the TSDB database, distribution through the NCIC to more than 18,000 law enforcement, 600 corporations, and 1,200 organizations, as well as the MARS database affecting our social and professional endeavors, as well as false arrests. Perpetuation of lawfare, perpetuate slander, torturous interference, the influence upon third parties of sabotage to professional and social relations, perpetuation of lawfare and weaponization courts consistently adjudicate adversely to us. More than 83 days have elapsed since your confirmation. This is plenty of time for you to have tackled what should have been a priority on your list to bring down the deep state, a hit to its crown jewel, the counterintelligence and espionage programs. By ordering the removal of non-investigative subjects from the TSDB database, bringing the halt to the illegal surveillance, hacking, and harassment we are subjected to 24/7. This constitutes a formal request that you remove my name and all references of me or my property from the TSDB database, with the urgency that my protected rights under the U.S. Constitution and President Trump's Executive Order 14147 against government weaponization requires. So please advise, sincerely, Stephen Arroyo, 889 Worthington Street, Springfield, Massachusetts, 01105. Email metalsmovers@gmail.com. Phone number 1-413-769-4307. Now I'm folding the letter up, putting it in the envelope. With the proper address. I'll be including a few more excerpts of all the criminal activity that these rogue intelligence agents have perpetuated against the civilians. And it's a little bit of an exhausted list, but I'll make it quick and I'll shoot it off as fast as possible. So, number one, violation 18 U.S.C. 2340, conspiracy to commit torture, penalty up to life imprisonment, civil tort, torture, human rights, and violations. Two, use of force to intimidate or coerce, violation 18 U.S.C. 249, use of force to intimidate or coerce, penalty up to 10 years imprisonment, civil tort, civil rights violations. Falsifying government records, violation 18 U.S.C. 2071, falsifying government records, penalty up to 3 years of imprisonment. Civil tort, fraud, misrepresentation. Defamation and false reporting, violation 18 U.S.C. 1001, defamation and false reporting, penalty up to 5 years of imprisonment. Civil tort, defamation, libel, and slander. Stalking and harassment, violation 18 U.S.C. 22618A, stalking and harassment, penalty up to 5 years of imprisonment. Civil tort, civil harassment, emotional distress. Conspiracy to disrupt government functions, violation 18 U.S.C. 2384, conspiracy to disrupt government functions, penalty up to 20 years of imprisonment. Civil tort, government interference. Bribery of government officials, violation 18 U.S.C. 201, bribery of government officials, penalty up to 15 years of imprisonment. Violation, civil tort, corruption, conflict of interests. Voyeurism, violation, observing or recording someone without consent in private setting, penalty varies the jurisdiction, up to 2 to 5 years of imprisonment. Civil tort, invasion of privacy, emotional distress. Civil tort, trespassing, property damage. So, fraud and false statements. Violation 18 U.S.C. 1001, fraud and false statements. Penalty up to 5 years of imprisonment. Civil tort, fraud, deceptive practices. Cyber stalking and online harassment. Violation 18 U.S.C. 2261A, cyber stalking. Penalty up to 5 years imprisonment. Civil tort, harassment, invasion of privacy. Data breach and identity theft. Violation 18 U.S.C. 1028, identity theft, penalty up to 20 years of imprisonment. Civil tort, identity theft, financial harm. False advertisement, misleading claims. 15 U.S.C. 45, false advertisement, fines of imprisonment. Misrepresentation, consumer protection. Unlawful surveillance. 18 U.S.C. 2510, 2522, unlawful surveillance, penalty up to 5 years of imprisonment. Civil tort, invasion of privacy, emotional distress. Unauthorized use of data. Violation 18 U.S.C. 1030, unauthorized use of government personal data. Penalty up to 10 years of imprisonment. Civil tort, data breach, privacy violations. Electronic weapon use. Using or deploying electronic weapons for harassment or control. Varies depending on the type of weapon, but can include imprisonment and fines. Civil tort, personal injury, emotional distress. Tampering with evidence. 18 U.S.C. 1519, tampering with evidence, penalty up to 20 years of imprisonment. Obstruction of justice. Conspiracy to commit torture. Concealing and destroying government records. Violation 18 U.S.C. 2701, concealing and destroying government records, penalty up to 3 years of imprisonment. Civil tort, property damage. gathering, transmitting, or losing defense information. Violation 18 U.S.C. 793, gathering, transmitting, or losing defense information, penalty up to life of imprisonment. National security violation, civil tort. Fraud by wire, radio, or television. Violation 18 U.S.C. 1347, fraud or wire, radio, or television, penalty up to 20 years of imprisonment. Tort, fraud, and misrepresentation. Bribery of public officials. 18 U.S.C. 201, bribery of public officials, penalty up to 15 years imprisonment. Civil tort, corruption. Misuse of government equipment, unauthorized access or usage. Violation varies by statute but can include imprisonment up to 5 years, breach of duty or care of a civil tort. Official misconduct and misuse of office. Violation, misuse of public office for personal gain, up to 3 years of imprisonment, fines, civil tort, abuse of power, and breach of duty. So accepting gifts by public officials. Violation 18 U.S.C. 201, accepting gifts by public officials, penalty up to 2 years of imprisonment, fines, civil tort, corruption, a conflict of interest, bribery of official, judge, or referee. Violation, bribery of an official, judge, or referee, penalty up to 10 years of imprisonment. Civil tort, judicial corruption, civil rights violations. Breaking and entering. Violation 18 U.S.C. 10036, breaking and entering, burglary, penalty up to 20 years of imprisonment. Violation 18 U.S.C. 2381, treason. Penalty, death or life of imprisonment, civil tort, national security violations. Conspiracy to commit torture, violation 18 U.S.C. 2340, conspiracy to commit torture, penalty up to life of imprisonment, civil torture, human rights violations. Seditious conspiracy. Violation 18 U.S.C. 2384, seditious conspiracy, up to 20 years of imprisonment, civil right tort, civil rights violations. Recruiting for service against the U.S. Violation 18 U.S.C. 2389, recruiting for services against the U.S., penalty up to 20 years of imprisonment, civil tort, national security violations. Whistleblower Protection Acts. Violation 18 U.S.C. 5328, whistleblower protections. Penalty varied depending on retaliation severity. Civil tort, employment retaliation. Obscene or harassing telephone calls or telecommunications, anything that sends electromagnetic signals. Violation 47 U.S.C. 223 A1C, obscene or harassing telephone calls, penalty up to 2 years of imprisonment, civil tort, emotional distress. Unauthorized access to databases, violation 18 U.S.C. 1030, Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, CFFAA, penalty up to 20 years of imprisonment, civil tort, invasion of privacy. Wiretap Act violations, 18 U.S.C. 2511, Wiretap Act, penalty up to 5 years of imprisonment, civil tort, invasion of privacy. Theft of government property. Violation 18 U.S.C. 641, the theft of government property, up to 10 years of imprisonment, civil tort, property damage. Civil tort, interfering with the legal process. So engaging in misleading conduct. Violation 18 U.S.C. 1512, engaging in misleading conduct, penalty up to 20 years of imprisonment. Civil tort, defamation. Tampering with witness or victim, violation 18 U.S.C. 1512, tampering with witness victim, penalty up to 10 years of imprisonment, civil tort, civil rights violations. Retaliation against witness or victim, violation 18 U.S.C. 1513, retaliation against witness victim, up to 10 years of imprisonment, and civil rights violations. Disclosure of information generally. Violation 18 U.S.C. 1905, disclosure information generally, penalty up to 5 years of imprisonment, civil tort, breach of privacy. Organized Crime Control Act, RICO, waiting on these indictments. Violation 18 U.S.C. 1961, RICO, Racketeer Influence and Corruption Act, penalty up to 20 years of imprisonment, civil tort, racketeering. Civil actions of deprivation of rights